Guess what happened this morning? Hey everyone, welcome back to Creation Bound. So, I have some exciting news this evening, and yes, I'm back in the hotel room, or a hotel room. It's a different hotel room. I'm far from the homestead, different job site, different hotel room. This channel just hit a milestone that I've been looking forward to for some time now. We just passed 100 subscribers, and I know in the whole YouTube world space that, where channels have millions of subscribers and hundreds of millions of views, that 100 subscribers may not seem like a big deal. But to us, it's pretty great. That means 100 people decided that what we're doing here on this channel is worth following. And it's 100 of you that have joined us on this journey, and I just want to take a second and say thank you. Okay, so I never ever thought I would be on YouTube. In fact, when this app first came out and it started becoming a thing, I thought YouTube was ridiculous. Like I even kind of boycotted it at first because I thought it was just silly and nonsense, and boy was I wrong. So as time went on, I started seeing that, this was an interesting platform to be able to reach people. And I wanted to build Creation Bound into something that would help inspire and teach as many people as possible. And now, instead of people having to come to my property and hang out with us homesteading or camping out or whatever, I could share these things online with potentially hundreds of thousands of people. So I originally got like this little Kodak Sport camera that filmed like it couldn't even do 1080 back then. It was just like a 720p camera. Like it's just very simple. I even remember going to Best Buy to look for a camera, and I had a very small budget, like $100, and the salesperson there kept trying to get me to buy a phone. Now, I had a cell phone, but it was just an old flip phone. And he's like, yeah, but these new phones, they have cameras in them. They have everything. I was like, I don't want a camera on my phone. I just want my phone to make phone calls. That's why I have a phone. If I wanted it, if I want to take photos or video, I'll get a camera. I just could not wrap my head around this, and I kind of balked at it a little bit. I was a stubborn donkey, mule, whatever, just not wanting to go with this new flow. So I bought the little Kodak Sport camera that shot 720, and you can see the first video I ever made with that thing was the first video that was uploaded to this channel like 10 years ago, and that's the workhorse video. We had Freckles and Pretty Face, and they were our team of Percheron mares, and they were amazing, and we did so much work on the homestead with them. And I have so much more footage of them that has never seen the light of day because I was so scared to put it up on YouTube. And eventually I made some more videos. We had that goat video. We did some different things, and over the years I'd make a video, but it took so long to edit and so long to film, and it was so time consuming. I kind of got frustrated with it, but I was also super intrigued by this whole YouTube thing. I still felt like it was like a really important thing to get, involved with and get some momentum going and actually make something out of this YouTube channel. So I invested in more camera gear because I thought, well, if I can streamline the process of making the videos and make it easier and more efficient, well, I'll be able to get more videos out. It won't be such a hassle and such a chore. So I bought better video equipment, and I bought microphones. And anyway, now I am a total tech addict. I've spent so much more money on camera gear and computers and to edit videos and microphones and stuff. It's just absurd. It's just crazy. But I'm really seriously making a go of this Creation Bound YouTube channel. I want it to be something. I have always, since I was a little kid, wanted to share my love of the outdoors with other people. And I've always wanted to encourage them to get out there and have amazing experiences in nature. And I don't think that God created us to live in buildings. He didn't put Adam and Eve in a cute little house with a picket fence. He put them in a garden, and he gave them instructions that they were supposed to take care of it. And if they had done what he asked, they would have and hadn't sinned and defied his command. If that didn't happen, they would have spread that garden across the whole world. He made all the nature and creation, but there was like this special garden. He put them in there, and that would have eventually taken over the whole world. Adam and Eve, their offspring, would have pushed the edges of that garden out, and it would have consumed the entire planet, and we'd all be living in a Garden of Eden. But we don't. We live in a fallen, sinful world. And now we do live in cities, and we live in houses, and we live in buildings, and we've built boxes all around us. We drive boxes, we live in boxes, we eat out of boxes. We talk to our friends with boxes. It's just, silliness. So I want this channel to still encourage people to get out there, and I'm trying to turn it into something. And it's really hard because I have so little time to invest in making videos, but I think this world needs it. I think you need to get outside, okay? You need to go out there. We all need to get back outside, because this world today is just constantly trying to keep us glued to screens. And it's making us obese and neurotic and drug dependent. We're drugged out, we're stressed out, we're disconnected. We all need to go back outside. And I want this channel to be an inspiration for that. I think it's more important than maybe it's ever been in the history of the world to encourage people to reconnect with creation and to really connect deeply with our Creator. So that is my goal for this channel. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish, and I hope this continues to grow beyond 100 subscribers. I really hope we hit 1,000 and then 10,000, all the great milestones of a YouTube channel. We're gonna get there. It's gonna make it. I have 3 big goals for this YouTube channel for 2026. Goal number 1 is that I'm going to keep making a video every day. I don't care how terrible they are. I don't care how hard it is. I have to make this happen. At the end of 2026, I have to be able to sit down and say, I made a video every day. Even the last several have just been little shorts that I put on YouTube Shorts. I even put some on Instagram and Facebook. I'm trying to, learn that and get, a handle on those platforms. But YouTube is the thing I really want to focus on. I think those others are important, and I'm going to put stuff on there. But YouTube, I'm really trying to focus more on than anything else. So, goal number 1, make a video every day. I'm going to keep pushing forward with that as long as I think it's, beneficial and helping me and is something that I want to continue. I'm really trying to make that push. All right. Goal number 2 is that 2. Okay. Goal number 2, I want to start making more educational and instructive content. Not just like the videos that I've posted so far that are kind of just like following us along for the day, or, the big snowstorm one that was just like, oh, this is what happened. We had a big snowstorm. Yay. Okay. I mean, that's cool and all. And I think when we first started homesteading, so many things happened, and I wish I'd had a film crew there recording all of it, because it would have we could have had our own TV show, like just with all the mishaps and craziness that used to happen when we first had the homestead. I have worked so hard to turn our place into something that is more sustainable and redundant with systems that work, and we have solar power now that we can run the house almost like a normal house. We have a well and water that flows through our pipes. We have plumbing in the house. Like, we didn't have any of this stuff when we started homesteading this property in 2010. We had none of this, none of it. And the things that happened were just amazing. Like, I so wish we'd have had somebody that could just had a GoPro following me around and recording it all, because it would have made some of the coolest episodes for a show. We could have just made a whole series of just amazing episodes. There were days that I worked till 2 o'clock in the morning on stuff, and then slept for a couple hours and worked all day. It just crazy times. So yeah, but I want to make educational content and not just the vlog kind of stuff, or, you know, the things I've been making recently, just trying to make a video every day where I'm just talking to this camera and in a hotel room. I want to get out there. I want to show you how to make a bow drill fire, or how to camp, or can food, or whatever, you know. I want to start making more of that kind of content. All right, and goal number 3 for this year, this is a little bit out in left field, kind of. It does go along with, you know, my overall like goal of encouraging people to get out there. I love adventure. I love outdoor adventures. I love rock climbing, whitewater rafting. I especially love anything to do with horses and the outdoors. I have spent months of my life in the backcountry with my horses, riding some of the most amazing country you have ever seen. And in 2007, my wife and I and my sister were working for a ranch in Tucson, Arizona, and came across this article about these individuals who had tried to ride the Arizona Trail. I'd never heard of this trail. I didn't even know it existed at the time, but I'm reading this magazine article, and it was really interesting. It's an 800-mile long, primitive, long-distance trail, like the Appalachian Trail or Pacific Crest Trail. I mean, it's probably more well-known than it was now than it was back then. So I read this article. These folks had made these plans to be the first people to ride the Arizona Trail, because this was kind of cool. Nobody had ever done it. The trail had been built from, well, sort of built. There were still some sections that they were still figuring out, but most of it had been built. But it went from the border of Mexico all the way to the border of Utah, across, like, from south to north and north to south, across, like, through the entire state of Arizona. And nobody, like, people had backpacked the entire route. People had mountain biked most of it, except for like a couple of wilderness areas they had to bypass on bicycles, because you're not allowed to have bikes in wilderness areas. But nobody had ridden a horse or mule like the entire length of it. People had done it in sections where they had ridden like one section at a time, like 20 miles, and then trailer their horse home, and they'd go back out and ride another section 30 miles. And so over the course of a couple of years, they had, you know, ridden every section of the trail, wherever trailheads could access it and such. But nobody had ever, nobody had ever, oh boy. But nobody had ever ridden, from end to end in one continuous trip. So I'm reading this magazine article. It's dawning on me that this is something nobody had ever done before. I'm like, well, then we have to do it. So I read it to my sister and to a friend of ours, JC, who is in the staff dining room. And I'm reading them this article, and I'm like, these people didn't even make it. This whole article is about how they planned this trip, and they were going to make it like the whole length of the thing. They got 2 weeks into it and they quit. And I'm like, we should do it. Like, we should totally do this. Like, this is something that nobody else has ever done before. Like, this would be amazing. So we were talking about it, and then the owner of the ranch comes walking in from the lodge into the staff dining room, and my buddy JC is like, "Hey, you want to sponsor us?" And he's like, "What? No." And then he's like, he gets some food, and he comes over. He's like, "Sponsor you for what?" So we explained to him about this trail. Of course, he knew about the trail. He lived in Arizona pretty much his whole life, so he was aware that the trail existed. And he was like, "Wow, it's really interesting that nobody's ever ridden the whole trail. That's, there's not a lot of things in this world that, there's not a lot of firsts left in this world." He's like, "Yeah, maybe we'll help you out." So anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself in telling this story because all I wanted to share this evening was that we have hundreds of photographs of this trip. My sister bought a little, I can't remember now, I think it was Olympus. Yeah, I think it was an Olympus camera. She bought, at the time it was actually a pretty good camera, and especially for our budget because we didn't really have a budget. I think she might have spent like $200, maybe $300 on this camera. It was an Olympus camera, and it shot video, it filmed video, but extremely low resolution. Like this was 2007. I don't know a whole lot of camera history going back to then, but anyway, it was cool to us. But now looking at, I have a camera that'll shoot 6K right now. This camera will shoot 6K, full-on video, ProRes, all kind, like it just does insane stuff. And and we had this Olympus camera on the trip. We got amazing photographs. Video is terrible, but I've discovered there's some AI products out there that can boost the resolution and get some of the grain out of it and actually make it kind of viewable. So I'm gonna take that footage, I'm gonna upgrade the resolution, and I'm gonna fix some of it so it could actually go on, and be viewed on YouTube. And I want to make a mini documentary sharing our experience riding the Arizona Trail in 2007. So it was me, my sister, and a friend of ours, JC. We had 4 horses, my mom and my wife, along with our newborn daughter. So my wife and I had just had our first child. She was not even, was she a month old yet? She may not have been a month old when we started this trip. Yeah, no, I don't think she was. She was like just barely, like not like a few days from being officially a month old. And we go and ride the Arizona Trail. And it is the greatest, it is the toughest thing that I've ever done in my life. Yeah, I think hands down it's probably the toughest thing I've ever done. Tired, exhausted. The heat was insane. The ranch, I don't want to tell too much of the story here, but the ranch was open for guests. It was a guest ranch, like a dude ranch. And it was open from, let me think now, September through June, like basically end of May, beginning of June, and closed for July and August. And because it was too hot. Now, I do believe that they stay open year round, and they do rides and they have guests all year round, but it gets hot. I mean, it gets so hot that in May, we would have people passing out on horseback rides. Like you tell them to drink water, make sure you're staying hydrated. No, they're in the lodge at night, drinking beers, whatever. They're on vacation. They're not gonna drink water. So we would have people passing out on horseback rides in May because it would be hitting like 100 degrees, 90 degrees, 100, 101, 102, out in the sun all day. You're on a long ride out in the desert and on a horse, and the sun's just beating down on you, and eventually off they go. Very interesting work. I loved it. It's like some of my favorite jobs were out there. Being a sheep herder working at dude ranches and riding wild country, like, couldn't beat it. I cannot wait to get back out west someday. But yeah, I want to make a mini documentary about this trip. It was the toughest thing I've ever done. It was also one of the most amazing adventures of my life. And I learned so much from it. It taught me so much about myself. And I want to share that experience with you. I want to make a mini documentary and have it here on YouTube eventually about our entire trip. And hopefully in the future, if this channel grows and becomes what I hope it can be, what my vision for it is, if it can support us financially to be able to do more adventures like that, then we're gonna do them because I'm addicted to adventures like that. And so yeah, hopefully someday I'm taking you along. You're watching this channel and you're seeing us do some pretty cool stuff. Our family out having amazing adventures out in creation. Okay, so maybe you were subscriber number 1, or maybe you were 100 or 103, because right now I think we're sitting at 103. I haven't checked the app in a little while, but I think last time I checked we were at 103. So I thank you so much for being here. I thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. You have no, it's a tiny little number in the scheme of things. I know we're talking channels with millions and millions of subscribers, and I have 100 subscribers. But you 100 subscribers, it's really encouraging. It's encouraging me to really try to make this happen and turn this channel into something. Make it something amazing. So, and if you are not a subscriber, if you're not subscribed to this channel, why? Why are you not subscribed to this channel? Okay? It's just the subscribe thing. I forget what it looks like. Is it still a red button? Just hit the subscribe thing. Okay? Subscribe to the channel already. Because we're going places. We're like a runner that's standing on the starting line. Been there for 10 years, but we're finally leaning forward. Finally, we're leaning forward. We're just about to take that first step. The gun sounded 10 years ago, but I'm doing it. We're going for it. And we're gonna run this race, and this channel is gonna become something amazing. Okay? It's taking off. We're running. We're just about to take that first step. Like past, the foot's leaving the starting line right now. 100 subscribers. It's just coming off the track, and we're just about ready to just rip it up. So hit the subscribe button. Join us, because we're going on more adventures. I'm going to start teaching some stuff, and we're going to get closer to the one who made all of this amazing stuff for us. So I'm Ace. This is Creation Bound. Until next time, get out there.